Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're all having a great cheeky Friday. Today we're going to do $10 meals, so we're back on it finally. Took a couple of weeks. Doing chicken katsu curry for you guys and gals. We're going to do the rice. I'm going to show you how to make the curry sauce from scratch. We're also going to do a chicken stock. We're going to coat that beautiful, delicious chicken, which we're going to slice and then pane it, flour, egg, and breadcrumb, and then fry it until super crispy. And also we might do a little touch of cheeky pickle, yeah, pickled white cabbage as well to go with it. So hope you guys and gals are looking forward to it. Chicken bones, I'm gonna get out the fridge. I'm gonna roast these bad boys off. I also want to take some of the fat off as per usual. Just cut this cheeky fat off. If I can get around it, there we go. So I mean, obviously the wings are wings, that's fine. I usually just leave them anyway. So yeah, the rest is okay. So we're going to make a nice little stock now. I'm going to pop this into the oven, roast this off for about 40 minutes, just until it's golden and crispy. We're going to start on the curry sauce. So I need to get the onions, the garlic, the ginger. We're also going to have some curry powder in there, flour, oil, soy sauce. What else are we going to have in there? A little touch of thyme. If you've got dry thyme, that's fine. Don't have to. It's up to you. A little touch of honey for a bit of sweetness in there as well. I'm going to top and tail this cheeky onion, taking off all the skin. So let's cut this in half. Right, so we're going to dice this up. So what we're going to do, cut horizontally. Is that right? Yes, not vertically. So we're going to cut it, not all the way through the root, keeping the root intact. Turn it, and we're going to cut vertically. Obviously, the more lines you get into this, the more finer dice you're going to get out of it. So I'm going to pop a load of lines in there without cutting all the way through the onion. Okay, awesome, fantastic. So we're going to dice this down. Right, garlic and ginger. Let's grab those bad boys. So let's have a look. Garlic and cheeky ginger. So I'm going to need about, what was it? Let's have a look. I'd say about four large garlic cloves. These are quite small, so I'm probably going to go for maybe 6, possibly. We'll see. But a good size, medium size garlic cloves, I'd say about 4. How much ginger? I'd say about a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of ginger will be fine. I'm going to go with 2 teaspoons. So, right. Give that a grate. So let's grab a large pan. So it's on a medium-high heat. So I'm going to switch this across. So we've got a large pan on, and I just want about a tablespoon of oil. Don't want to go too crazy with this. Also, I need another large pan on shortly. We're going to dice up some onions and stuff again. For the chicken stock, sorry, but this is just going to be for the base for the roux. So while I'm waiting for the bones to cook out, we're gonna cook out the roux and get that ready. So this is nice and hot now, ish. So we're gonna drop the onions, garlic, ginger, all those lovely things in there. So right, so that's softening up. I also need some honey, some soy sauce. So let's get that out. We're going to add 2 teaspoons. Oh, wait, this is cayenne. That's fine. Good, I stopped right there because that would have been super spicy. So I've got about half a teaspoon there. Goodness me. We want 2 teaspoons of curry powder. We can add more later if we need to. Actually, I feel like 3 teaspoons of curry powder, guys. I feel like that would be going for it. So soy sauce in here as well. It's not a lot in there. Sorry, I'm going to get the other one now. Right, so about 2-3 tablespoons of soy sauce in there. And then we're going to add the flour, slightly cook out the roux, and then we're going to set this aside. So there's our roux. That's done. So it's cooked out. It's ready to go. That'll be fine. We can just leave that there, ready for our chicken stock. And get another pan out, making sure there's no hard bits like earlier on. And we're just basically going to just roughly chop. Nothing too precise. Just, you know, rough chop. Easy peasy. Right, it's going to top and tail. I'm going to take the skins off this. Why are you going to peel it, chef, when it's going in a stock? Well, the reason for it, actually, skins can tend to be a little bitter. So leaving them on, you'll end up with kind of almost like a slightly bitter stock which we don't want. So I'm just going to take these skins off. We want a little touch of thyme. I'm going to put. I'm not going to put fresh thyme on the recipe. I'm just going to put dried thyme because that should be part of your basic commodities. If you've got fresh thyme, by all means, go for it. Get a little bit of garlic in there as well. A little bit of garlic and a bay leaf as well. Just crush that down. So 2 garlic cloves, 2 little carrots, half an onion, a little bit of thyme. And so that's nice and hot now, so we're going to switch the cameras up. Bay leaf as well, sorry. I almost forgot about my bay leaf. Whoop. Don't want to go too much, because if you go too greasy, you'll end up with a greasy stock, but we've got about roughly a tablespoon in there, or a dessert spoon, so that should be fine. Alright, carrots, onions, all those lovely things are going in. Everything at once. So those are caramelizing down nicely. I'm going to get the chicken out next. So we're going to have a little goosey ganders at that, or shall I say chicken ganders. So there's our chicken. Nice and golden. Beautiful. Lots of lovely flavors going on in there. Also that beautiful sediment. We have got a little touch of fat in there as well, which we're going to pull off. But we don't want to pull off the sediment that's on the bottom of the pan. So I'm going to show you how to take off that grease easily without disturbing the flavors. So, right. Those onions, carrots, caramelizing down beautifully. So we're going to get the chicken wings, the bones, all of that in there as well. So basically, pop in a kitchen roll in there. Just you want to dab it. Don't rub it, because then you'll start pulling off all the flavors and the sediments and stuff. So what you want to do is just give this a nice little dab. All that excess grease is pretty much taken out. So can you see all that beautiful sediment in there? So that's good to go. Just going to pop this onto a medium heat. And what we're going to do, going to get some water. We're going to deglaze the pan. So let's have a look. That's all mixed up. We're going to keep all that beautiful flavor, sediment and all that, or the pond, if you want to call it pond, that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour that straight into the stock. Fantastic. And we're just going to top this up with some more water. I've topped this up. If you're going to ask me how much water we top the stock up by, I would say about a litre and a half. So this is on like a medium heat. So once this comes up to a simmer, we're just going to simmer it down very gently for about an hour or two. And then we're going to start getting that katsu curry together. If you want to save time, you could probably make this the day before. Or if you want to make a big batch of chicken stock, you can do. And then cool it, freeze it down, and then you can just make the stock straight away. So that will save you a lot of time. The most of the time that's going in for this today is the chicken stocks. And we're going to get some, I've got leftover cabbage that I wanted to use. So there's a quarter of cabbage left, so I'm going to pickle that up. We're going to use that. I'm going to get my mat. It's over here. Hold this in place. I'm going to slice that down. I'm going to do like a, kind of like an Asian style pickle, but we're going to use rice vinegar for it. A little touch of honey in there, not too much. A little bit of seasoning beforehand as well. Right, so what we're going to do is give this a nice little dice. So watch your fingers. So we're going to slice this up into a nice little pickled cabbage. Salt it up like a little treat, 2 little pinches. We're going to get some vinegar in there as well. So, rice vinegar. Right, so there's 1. There's number 2. There's number 3. I'm going to go for 4. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of olive oil in there. I don't want it greasy, but I just want a little touch of olive oil in there, just to give it a nice little mix up. A little touch of sugar or honey. So if you want to use granulated, I'm just going to do a little tiny drizzle of honey, half a teaspoon in there, just for a bit of sweetness. Cut up the, wash the carrots and the potato. Right, so as I said, this is going to be more of a quick chicken stock today, so but that's fine. So what we're going to do, we're going to put the roux back onto the heat. I'm going to flick the cameras across so you can see what I'm doing. So this roux is still good. And we're going to get this heated up. Once it starts heating up, we're going to start adding some of the stock. You can just like drain this off if you want to. I'm just going to ladle it from there. And we're going to start adding the stock little by little. So I'm going to give that a nice little blend. So that's good to go. That's a nice consistency. If it thickens up a little bit more from the potatoes, then fantastic. We should be at the right consistency. So what I'm going to do is put this onto like a low heat. I'm going to drop the carrots down. Let me flick this across now. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add all of these carrots. I feel like maybe yes, possibly. Yeah, why not? That's fine. And obviously our potatoes as well. So by the time the potatoes and the carrots soften up, we should have a nice, beautiful Katsu curry sauce ready to go. So, curry's on. Let's have a little taste. A little touch of a seasoning. What we're going to do, could have done with my larger knife, but it's okay. We're going to open this up into a nice pocket. Pretty much, we're pretty much butterflying it, if that makes sense. So, it's just opening up the chicken. So, just being very careful.
Yo, what's going on?
Just to kind of open that up as best as you can. I'm going to take that little filler off actually. So, just going to pop my chicken in here. Just move my knife. Just pop him back on here. And you could probably go for like 2 large ones. You could cut this and have a nice little small one. So, you know, if you want a little bit more for 4 people, I guess maybe another chicken breast. But this will definitely do like 2 to 3 people at least. I'm going to do like a little cut. So one here. So it's my little katsu. And then we've got a nice large one as well. Chef, it might be easier to use my big knife, but it's okay. So we've got the large one, and then we've got another large one. So you could quite easily get 3 out of this, no problem. So, and if you want to go smaller, I suppose you could cut up into 4, I suppose, yeah. Chicken. Actually, I need to do the rice. I forgot to do the rice, didn't I? So, I should have done the rice before I did the chicken. I totally forgot. So anyway, this onto a medium-high heat. So we've got the rice in there. The rice we've got 200 grams, and I do 2 to 0.5 ratio. So 1 to 2.5 ratio, sorry. So 2.5 being the water. So we've got 200 grams of rice, and I've got myself 450 ml of water. So I'm going to bring this up to a heat. Once it's starting to bubble, we're going to turn it down to a low. We're going to start a timer for about 10 minutes. Once that's done, we're going to take it off and leave it steam for about 2-3 minutes. So you just want to make sure you evenly coat this. So. Heat this up on a medium heat. Once this is nice and hot, we're going to start dropping our katsu. So fantastic. So let's cook our first one off first. I feel like I should have double dipped it, but it's okay. Right? Maybe this will help just a little bit, right? So between 3 and 4. So you don't have to have them as large as this. So you can actually at least, I would say definitely 4. As long as you pan out your chicken a little bit further, and then you can slice it. So definitely 3. Maybe you can squeeze a 4th one in there. What we're going to do is get the rice on first. Also that beautiful cabbage as well. So we got some pickled cabbage there, the rice. Beautiful. Still nice and moist. But anyway, so we made the chicken katsu curry with pickled cabbage, fluffy rice, and a homemade curry sauce. So the curry sauce we made from scratch with onions, garlic, ginger, a little bit of thyme. We also had, so we cooked that down. We also made a roux. Instead of 1 tablespoon of flour, 2 tablespoons. But I made a roux beurre manier to thicken it up afterwards. We made a homemade chicken stock for that to add to it. So the chicken stock, we roasted the bones off for 40 minutes till golden. Onion, carrots, bay leaf, thyme, and garlic in there. Cooked that down until it was caramelized. Once the bones came out, put the bones in the pot and also took off any excess fat. deglazed the pan on the stove with some water, that into the stock, and then topped up with water about 1,500 ml. And then cooked that very gently and slowly, simmering for about an hour or two. Once we made the roux for the curry base, back to that. We blended that up until it's nice and smooth, and then we put our potatoes and carrots in there just to cook down slowly and gently until tender. Also, forgetting about the curry as well. Not forgetting the curry powder we popped into the roux as well, sorry, and the soy sauce as well we put in there. So, 2 tablespoons. So the pickled cabbage was dead simple. Sliced down our quarter of cabbage, rice vinegar, little touch of honey, and obviously salt. That was it. Simple, straightforward. And then the rice I do 2.5 to 1 ratio. So 2.5 to water to 1 rice. So 200 grams of rice, and I did 450 ml of water. So you bring that up to nearly a simmer. Turn it right down to a low. And then cook out for like 10 minutes and take off, and then leave it to steam for a couple of more minutes. And then just pretty much served up. And then obviously the chicken breast. We had a large chicken breast, which we cut in half, but not all the way through to open it. And then we opened it up again. So we opened it pretty much like a book. So we butterflied it, and then we put it in between 2 pieces of cling film, battered it out until it was super thin, and then we sliced them up for portions. Flour, egg, and panko crumb, and then very gently and shallow fried it until golden. And that's it. That is it for chicken katsu curry. Do you know what? It's actually a really, really good heat to it, where it's not too hot, but it's got a nice kick. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for the love today. I really appreciate it, and the support. You guys are awesome. Thank you for putting up with my grumpy bum. It is what it is, you know why. But anyway, have a great weekend. I'll be back on Monday for YouTube content, so !YT if you need to check out the bacon videos. But have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay happy, and I'll see you Tuesday on Twitch, Monday on YouTube. Much love, guys, and bye for now, amigos. Thank you so much again.